Greetings, earthlings, goddesses, and gods. Shit. So, sorry for all the confusion right now, but I'm driving as usual. I realized yesterday I can't do nothing. I can't do shit. Shit. There's so much going on at the house. I can't even think. I can't. There's too much. Like raising a wild animal is rough. But anyway, today's Monday, and we're in October now. So today's the 14th, I think. But again, that shit doesn't matter, because that's not what we're dealing about. The reason why I said that is for the you numerology people, numerologist out there that listen and whatever. So anyway, right now we're still going to be talking about. I've been thinking about a lot of things the past harvest moon that we just had here. A lot of thoughts are coming, so I'm beginning to understand a lot of stuff that we've been instilling into our downloading, or instilling into your mind, or whatever you want to call it. But what I realized is, another thing that happened is, if you want to get on a self-employed train, you got to do shit the right way. Because I keep learning, I keep asking these lessons as to why these things keep happening to me. Why am I getting robbed? I'm getting robbed. You know what I'm saying? Like, it feels like I'm getting robbed left and right. One of my ex accounts decided not to pay $1,100 for their grass cutting. It appears that way right now, but from what they say and what's really going on are two different stories, because this is how life is. But what I should have done is whipped up a contract, did that, and he can also sign some sort of like lien I can put on him, pretty much guaranteeing money, because nobody wants a lien on anything, especially on a business. Nobody wants that. That'll make it very difficult for them to do anything, to try to get money or anything, and they don't want that. So that's like fucking with someone's credit. So, but I have to look at, I gotta look at this situation differently. I gotta look at it differently, because this is what we're gonna get to, trauma. So this would be like a traumatic event. Because you're traumatized. How could someone treat you and talk like that about all these things, and just all of a sudden, fuck it, I'm gonna take from them? It doesn't make sense. But I realized that it's not the trauma that we don't. So it's not the trauma that we suffer from. We don't suffer from trauma. We suffer from the individual that we built from trauma. And so it's not. It's like you are the creator. You are creating your own. What the fuck? You are creating your own heaven and hell. You are. You want to call it a demon or whatever, angel or demon or whatever the fuck it is you want, however you do it. I don't know. Who knows? Because everyone's got different shit going on. But what the whole thing is that we created a demon basically out of that trauma. And so instead of channeling it into something creatively, we use it against, lashing out and so forth. Anger, pretty much. And again, there's the man-made. So we created everything. We've created everything, everything that happens to us. But like I said, don't dwell and sit in this why, but just ask about the lesson. What is the lesson that is to be learned? So it's not the trauma, it's the devil, whatever you want to call it, whatever it is, the negative, whatever the negative energy, whatever the fuck you want to call it. So, oh, that's right. Today's Columbus Day. Fuck. There is no mail today. Oh, isn't that splendid? But hey, all right. So I'm gonna get out of here. I just figured I'd throw that out there, and because we think we think we're supposed to suffer from the trauma, but we're not. And I know this sounds a little profound, but we chose to experience that. But then again, we didn't choose to. You see, because there's so much that goes with it. Because it's passed down through, the lineage. And once you say, that lineage has no control over me, you start to break shit up. You start to break up the frequency. That's constant frequency of, suffering, getting the hand-me-down suffering through your ancestors. And, and that's the way it is, because when you're a child, you see, your parents are God, whether we all want to believe that or not, or accept that, but our parents are God. Their parents were their gods, and their parents, and so on, and so on, and and so on. Builder of the tribe, you dig? So you can reach it all the way down to the very first human, so hey, that's the way it is. So yeah, but we realize that, but that's not for us. And we realize that we can break off that shit. We just cut it like a cord, and like, really. So, and why are they training the kids like this? Why? Because the mainstream. You got to ask, well, how are the parents getting trained by what? What are they being influenced by? And then here we go with propaganda and certain religions, and so the mainstream basically trains the parents to like reject the children, like reject them and say, something's wrong with you. How could you do this? And then as a child, I thought I had to suffer for what was done to me, and I realized, like, when you keep thinking about it, you keep bringing that awareness there. You keep that alive. Why do you want that alive? And that's the whole thing with when I was in AA. Everyone was keeping their, like their downs alive. That's all they're focused on. It seemed like always. Like, why keep that alive? We're done now. We've been there. We've done that. Let's evolve. But their teaching style isn't very geared towards unique people. You dig? Like someone like me. It's not geared for me. You can't brainwash people like us. But I know it works for people. So that's that reality. It's a different reality. See, that's where we get caught up in. We have to think, well, that's this and that, but that's not even real. You see, that doesn't even exist to me. I've been there. I've been in that dimension, or that universe, or whatever you want to call it, that world. I've been in there, but it really did nothing for me. It made me actually, what it made me do was find myself. You know what I'm saying? To realize I don't need this. You know? And I started reading fucking, things like, those who follow the crowd get no further than the crowd. That make me thought about that. Like, yeah, because there's shit out there. And this is only a crowd, and your family is only a crowd, and your people you went to school with, there's only a crowd, your circle, it's a crowd. You dig? When you keep in that crowd, you're like herds. You think about and listen to what you're all talking about, what you all say, how you all communicate. But we don't do that. We don't do none of that shit. We do none of that shit because maybe our parents were pissed off at us, or our wives, or our children fucking whatever are insane, or we have crazy animals, or something's going on. So it is what it is. Alright, I'm gonna get out of here because I gotta get some shit done. I wrote down a whole mess of shit that I'm going to just read out, just because I feel that basically that was the energy that I was getting the past 2 or 3 days. So I'm going to read some of that in another video and talk about whatever comes up. So, alright, have a blessed day. Fuck. Oh, and there was something that was created this weekend called a wakunda. But it was not a wakunda. That's another name that I just got. So it was a wukador. It was we'll talk more about this, but it was just a wukador, so I can remember when I play this over when I go through the video, I'll know what I was talking about. So the wukador, I'm just going to put it very simple. The wukador is like a protector. Thank you very much. Caution. They show you caution in the journey in the third dimensional world. Basically, they're protectors. They got you. Trust me. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. We'll talk more about that later. But this is what creating a reality is. And I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm going to. I'll know why. In who knows? Maybe tomorrow. Maybe 5 years from now. Maybe 10 years from. I don't know. Who knows? But we're gonna find out what all this shit is. So let's all get into the writings on the wall, and I'll see you soon. Be unique, be fucking magical. I love you guys. Today's Columbus Day. I just realized that. Thank you for all those symbolic, for my symbolism people out there who only read through symbolism. If you dig what I'm saying. All right, I'm gonna go. I love you guys. Be unique, be magical, and follow the gnomes. The gnomes is where it's at. I love you guys.